So we had the monthly close, and now we are having the weekly close in 20 minutes. So the month closed quite bullish above all the moving average. This is the weekly chart, so because the weekly is closing now. So we are closing above this trend line, so this is quite bullish. Although we have this small rejection here from the obvious area of resistance, which is normal. This is still bullish, and I'm taking the trend lines now. So as a recap, the monthly closed quite bullish above all the supports. So the support here 10.8, 10.5. Now we are coming to test some support, and seems like we might do a range here. So as long as we are above the 21, the 20 and the 12, this is bullish. We can still come to test 9.5 as a big support, or 9.3 during these months, but we need to close above again. You know, this can be just wicks, because if we range for around here, this is tricky and we can come down. So, but as long as we are above 9.5, especially with wicks that will be bought strongly, that's super bullish. And let's see what we do. For now, seems like we are ranging. So we had this big bearish engulfing, but we with a buyback. So let's see what we do. Seems like we will be ranging from these tops here. We have the 21, the 20, and all this area. There's a CME gap on the 9.5. So this area wasn't tested. This area wasn't tested when we went up. We can be now this month ranging here, testing the supports. As long as we are above 9.5 or 10.5, still bullish. If we start to range around this area without going up very fast, it's tricky and we can come down. So for now, this is just a bullish retest here from this week, but we still can come down to test all these supports that weren't tested from this big move up, and we might just consolidate on this area. As long as we are above all these moving averages, this is a bullish market, and dips are for buying. As simple as that. So 4 hours, we are consolidating here below the 21 now, and we still have all this support until here, the 9.5 more or less. This area can still be tested. This area wasn't tested, but I think we will just range from these higher levels here. And let's see, all these dips are for buying on the moving averages. Closes below these moving averages are already more tricky. Okay, so this is Bitcoin. Ethereum made a huge move. We had this huge wick to test the moving average on the 4 hours. Bitcoin didn't do this, but Ethereum did. Big buyback, already above the 21. Try to follow up to go higher. So this move was huge on Ethereum. This is super bullish. And let's see. So this is Ethereum. I'll put the weekly. So on the weekly we come here to test these wicks here, but the bigger resistance is on this area, not where we were. So now we can just range a little bit, but we will push higher, at least it seems. And looks super strong. Ethereum, Litecoin. On the weekly we got the rejection from the 89, the 100, and now we are trying to hold above the 50 here, but we can still come down. As now when we close, we can have wicks to test these supports, and these are all for buying, and the stop loss is here on the swing low, or here, depends on each one, on this area. Ripple, the same, rejecting this area, and now we might just consolidate. Don't know if this was the top, but dips are for buying above the 21, so always the same. We had this big dart mall at the moment, and seems like in 15 minutes we will close below this top, so we can be just ranging back and be ranging here. This is a big dart mall candle, indecision. The same here, but still bullish. We are above the 21 and the 12 and the 20, so dips are for buying. Stop loss below here or here. All these dips are for buying too, especially these ones above these areas. If we start closing below here, it's tricky, but this can be support, and this. So dips are for buying. Okay, that's it. The same here. We are getting a rejection on the 21 on ZRX. I see the support here, but all these moving averages are to buy as well. EOS, also big wick down and up, so we are trying to close above the 12. We are above the 21. We can just test this support. Now it will depend on Bitcoin. Also doing a trend line here, so all these areas are to buy, and the stop loss is here, of course, or even on this swing low, but there's a big liquidity pool here, but this is where you put the stop loss, or here or below the wick. Link super bullish still. The dip was bought back and already up, so holding the 21 and putting the weekly. Super bullish move. And yeah, ADA also strong. Just some rejections, but still with a strong bullish move. Support is here. As long as we hold this support here, it's fine. Tezos, same, still bullish. Holding the 21 and the 12. And BNB, still bullish. We just came to touch the 21 and back up with follow-up continuation. And I'm just showing this Kava, which has been quite hyped. So we have a dark mall, but we got rejection. Seems like, let's see if we hold this area. But the main support is here and here, and here, of course. So we might just consolidate here. This is high volatility, so the buys will be lower, not here. But stop loss can be here and the buy here. Ampliford, that big dump, got bought back here on the support, and now it's trying to hold. As long as we hold this area and this area, can have a continuation up, but more tricky now. And that's it. So back to Bitcoin. Seems like we will be ranging for a while. Supports, as long as we hold 10.5, it's super bullish with retests to support. There's a CME gap on the 9.5, so we can still have a weak to test the 9.5 and back up. If we don't go back up and we start ranging below these areas or the 10.5, we can come down. But for now, still bullish.